All right. Big box day. What we got in here? All right. Dandy. Niff. What kind of box is this? Holy cow. That's ridiculous. All right. Long story short, we got new tires. Some Maxxis. They're let's see if we can get that here. They're the MX SI soft intermediate. I went with 80 121s and just standard 110 118s. We're gonna try these out. We're gonna put them on the Kawasaki. Looking at going to Bikegraphix this weekend for the indoor race. So we're gonna mount them up to the Kawasaki and see what we think. Never ran Maxxis before, so be an interesting little test run today. So we're gonna put those on. Got my tire stand out. Still need to take them off the Kawasaki, the rims off the Kawasaki yet. Pull off my old tires. I was running MX 34s. Got about 50, 60 hours on these, I'd say. I don't know, it's like 43 on the bike, and then I had, I don't know, a few races on them on the beta. Held up pretty good. I really like the tires. They're just expensive. So we're gonna try out the Maxxis because they're helping me out and giving me a pretty good deal on the tires. So we're gonna try them out, see if we like them or not. Hopefully they hook up and do well because I'm a racer on a budget. So, all right, I'll get this, probably just pop the rims off, and I think I'll try checking them on the truing stand and make sure they're not completely whopper jawed. Dog is chewing on cardboard like she should not be, so yeah, that's how today's going. Alright, so we got the old tire up on the Tusk tire changing stand. I probably won't need that. Hope not. I haven't done anything yet. I'm gonna break the bead lock loose. I just have tubes in here from the factory. Nothing special. So I'm gonna go to Moose's, I think, this year on the Triumph. But this guy, as of right now, I don't know if I will. Just because I kind of like the idea of being able to swap tires for hard enduro. I want to try a couple of those, and I probably should run a gummy. And I already struggle with changing tires, so I really don't want to try and change a bib. So I probably will stay with tubes. I got this sort of down by now. I'm no professional at this. I always end up popping a tube, but it seems like recently I'm not the absolute worst at it anymore. So you can watch me struggle and make fun of me in the comments, or give me some constructive criticism. Choice is yours. I'm a big boy, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. So I just flip it over, pop the beads off, so that I can start popping. bead buddies somewhere. Aha! Found it. I do like these bead buddies. They seem to help me. Just kind of get it in there next to the rim lock, but a ways away. So I just pop in here. Try to get that guy in there. I don't think that bead buddy's supposed to go in yet, is it? I think that's later. Alright, so we just gotta put these bad boys in. So I just kind of try to softly get that bad boy in there. There we go. Alright, there's one side. Hopefully we didn't pop a tube. No guarantees. More than anything, I just kind of want these guys to stop the wheel from moving on me. I seem to have more issues with it when we move on to the other side, but when we start putting the tire on versus taking it off. Alright, there's that tube. We got the tire off. Now, before I even attempt to put the next one on, we're gonna blow this up, make sure the tube's not fried. It shouldn't be, but I like to double check. So we'll throw that back in. I will air it up with, I have a little pancake air compressor. I will air that up off screen because it is loud in this garage, it echoes. So I will do that and get back with you in a bit. All right, so I ended up throwing my front rim up on my truing stand, and kind of what you look for is kind of there-ish, right? Can you see this? There, that's not bad. You kind of put that there. You spin the wheel, and that little bounce is what you're looking for. Now you can also do it on the side. You just kind of put it like a 1/16 off and check. You can see the wobble there. So I think I might actually mess around with tightening these. I've never tightened the spokes since I had this, and I have like 40 hours on these rims, so after my experience with the rest of the Kawasaki, I probably better do that before my wheels explode. So I went and PB blasted all the spoke zerts to kind of get them loosening up, hopefully penetrate that so I don't strip any out. So in the meantime, we're gonna pop this guy loose, and then I think I'm gonna try and true both rims together, mess around, clean them up, and all that fun jazz. So and then I will blow them both up at the same time, the tubes, to make sure that they both work. I do have 2 spares. I did see that, so that's nice. It seems if I don't have a spare, I most certainly will pop the tube. And if I do have a spare, I won't pop the tube. So I like to keep tubes around on deck. Doop, doop, doop. Last weekend I went through the bearings, all the wheel bearings, the brakes front and rear, greased those all up, and the linkage. Went and greased that bad boy up on the Kawasaki. So that's, wow, can't pop that, huh? Oh, this one's gonna be fun. I can already tell this one's gonna suck. Oh, there it went. So it did pop off the bead. Now, since this one seems to be going to be a pain in the ass, when I had tubeless, they always recommended using Armor All. Well, it actually still works as a great lubricant for tires if my nozzle works. It doesn't. Awesome. So just kind of throw some in that bead, get that worked in. Let that armor all really work its way in there while we pop the other side off the bead. Don't scratch the rims. There's a reason I can't have black rims. It's because I scratch the shit out of them. Whether it's changing them or beating them on rocks. Surprisingly enough, these actually were not that bad in comparison. My poor beta rims were horrible. Wiping off the excess. I'm on the fence. I don't know if I want to get a Rabaconda or something similar. They have that one blue one by Rocky Mountain has that wouldn't be too bad as well. This. Come on. Yeah, she's a little tight. There she loosens up. There she loosens up. Finally. Now if you really lather up the bead with the Armor All before you go to put it on, it really helps. Tire number 2. Now we'll go through and clean this guy up, do the truing, check our tubes, make sure they're not popped, get our new tires all lathered up with some Armor All, and then we'll come back. All right, so we got the rim pretty well balanced. About as good as you can get a dirt bike tire. These Maxxis MX-SIs do have a direction, so they are directional. There's a little arrow that gives us our indicator. So look at that if you're going to install these. Make sure you get those going the right direction. I'm going to put some Armor All on this rag, and we're just going to lube the crap out of this bead. This, I've discovered, does help these go on easier. So make sure you get there, the inside on that side. We're gonna flip that guy over. Really lube that up. Nice and slippery. Help it go on a little easier. So we do have this all aired up, double checked. Just gonna wipe the dirt and grime off of this. And then this is the same rag that has the Armor All on it. I don't know if it's just kind of, I think it helps, but I don't know. I'm gonna do it because hopefully it won't pop the tube. Because it's always really annoying when you get to the end, air it up, and then tomorrow it's freaking flat. You gotta try it all over again. Nothing is more irritating. So, wipe it down, make it nice and clean, and then move on to putting it in. So what I like to do is pull the valve core again. Make it flat. Throw that over there. And then try and wiggle this thing. Okay. So that goes. I'm a little worried. I think ahead of it up and over. Make sure that I got that in the rim lock set up right. dropped it. That's all right. That's right. Take off our garment watch so I don't break it. Then I try to get this bad boy lined up with the hole for the air nozzle. And then lift that bad boy up. Get that in. And the fronts always suck because there's not quite enough room. Get that through. Then we start this guy up. Now I get them sort of tight. I don't get them super tight yet. I like to try and center it after the fact. We'll just kind of shove this bad boy in. Get them behind the rim lock. Shove them in there. Okay. And I like to plug in my air compressor. And I just want to see it lift the tube, and that just kind of blows it open. Make sure there's no creases or cracks or crevices anywhere. And then, where is my fun tool? So then what I'm going to do is get this guy started over here. All right. come on. You're almost there. There it goes. Now, all we gotta do is pray that it actually holds air. Now I will take, once this is in, and I will tighten this up. And then what I'll do is I'll air it up, just kind of whoop, and let it come back down without putting the valve core in a couple times, and tighten this up each time, and it'll kind of settle itself where it needs to be. So per par for the course, I did indeed pinch the tube. So back to taking the damn thing off again. This is why I love changing tires so much. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I probably should switch the tube anyway. But I pop tubes so often, I just wait until I pop one. I shouldn't say pop them, I screw them up when I try to install tires, but regardless. Down. All right, so we got a nice brand new Tusk heavy duty front tube. We're gonna throw that in here.
Pull you up a little bit.
There you go. I don't know if that's any better view or not, but I'll try this again. Now I took one of the screws off. This one I just kind of finger tight that guy. And then come on. I know you're close. Ouch. Oh, fingers. God damn it, go down. There it is. try again. This time we're gonna use a different fun toy because I have a little bit better luck historically with it. It just takes longer to set up. All right, so this time we're gonna use the Baja No Pinch tool. I usually have okay luck with this thing. It's basically just a rack and pinion deal that allows you to push the tire into the bead. And it works pretty decent, usually, for the final, basically like getting the bead on at the final step. Especially if you use a bead buddy, it's pretty fast. Now you're like, Cody, why on earth didn't you just try that the first time? Be honest, I forgot to look for it and thought I could do it quicker. Stupid Cody, right? You're like, wow, that thing's awesome. Yeah, it kind of is. So put it at, hopefully you can see that, 31.4. Also really like this air pressure gauge. It goes to decimals and it's stupid accurate. Really like it. It's got a little light. Really neat. Dad got it for me, but I pumped it up to 31. I'll go ahead and put that back together, tighten our rim lock up, torque it. I got to find the spec in the book yet. I don't remember what it is. 10, probably 10 Newton. I think it's like 10 foot-pounds, something like that. I'll look it up, torque it, put it in the corner. It looks like it'll be good. I usually don't put it on the bike until I know it holds air overnight. Otherwise, I'll have it on the bike, have to take it all the way back off. So, yeah. We'll get to true in the rear as well. I don't know how badly this one is. Oops. Let's see what that looks like. Can you see that? Kinda. I'm actually not gonna true it. I'm just gonna torque it and call that good, because that is really good. I will probably, I do kind of need a new sprocket. I need to order that. I might clean that up while I'm here. Show you what I mean by that. So since I'm right here, I will take some alcohol, which is what's in this bottle, spray it on there with some Scotch-Brite, like this, and just clean any imperfections, oil, get all that stuff off of that while it's here, and I can just do that. I should have done it to the front wheel too, but maybe I'll throw it back on here actually and do that one as well, just to clean it up. Make sure you get oils and dirts and stuff out of the steel rotor. It just gives you better braking performance, more consistency, all that fun stuff. So I will mess around with that here in a second once I clean my hands up. They're all greasy and whatnot. Might go inside, wash them, but looks like we got one tire done and one more to go. All right, looks like the rear tire is not directional, so that's nice. So we're gonna try and lube up the old bead again. That was cool. A little slippery. Holy shit. Good Lord, would you stay on the damn thing? Hi. Not wanting to cooperate at all today, are you? Please don't make me do this the hard way. I don't want to. You're pissing me off. thing. All right, finally, this part. So we're gonna slip, we'll try to line up with the valve stem hole. Try and get this thing in there. Line it up first try. That happens once in a blue moon. Would you stop catching on me, please? Can't get my hand in there right. And then back to stuffing this thing in. Hopefully we don't pop this tube. I think I have 2 rear tubes, but hopefully I don't have to use it. Hey. Looks like it hasn't popped yet. let's see, I want to have that be towards the end. Let's do here maybe. Alright, pop that in. Now on the rear tires, you gotta be, every once in a while you gotta pop the tire back in the bead. And slowly progress. There she goes. Just kind of tighten those up just a little bit. Loosen that guy up just a little bit. We went to 32.8. Is what I ended up going to on this bad boy. And then somewhere over here, I have my handy dandy torque wrench, 1/4 inch. It said 53 inch-pounds is what they're torquing this to. So we'll just do that real quick. Bam. And voila. Decent looking tread on these. They are very hard knobbed. I don't know if I like that or not. We'll see. We'll try her out. First test will be this weekend at Megatrax, like I said earlier. And then I think next weekend we might be going to Redbird. Depends on if it's freezing or not. If it stays this frigid, negative, below zero weather, we probably won't. Bunch of guys were talking about getting together and going. All the guys I went to Michigan with, or at least a good portion of them. And yeah, should be a good time as long as we don't freeze our butts off down there. So should be a good time. Hopefully. I should have a race video of the Megatrax deal coming up soon once I get after the weekend. It's on Sunday, so maybe Monday I might have something. So that's my little Tusk tire changing stand. I always lose these stupid things off the bottom every freaking time. I need to glue them in and stop being lazy, but I'm not that good. Here's that no pinch tool that I was using. It comes with a bunch of different, I got the one that comes with a bunch of different adapters. I did end up bending the one for the small bikes. Kind of ridiculous. I think I was using that on the 230 and ended up bending that, but works pretty nice, honestly. About the only way I can change tires. Once in a while I'll get lucky with the tire irons, but usually it's just worth getting this thing out. So yeah, thanks for watching.